Hello, it's Lindsay. Ooh, I'm going to switch my light on, see if that's helpful. Yeah, that's helpful for me. I don't know if it is for you. From the Vintage Button. I've literally just finished work and I've thrown a chicken tray bake into the oven. So let's do some Junk Journal July. I think, before I start, because I am talking about my YouTube journey. I was thinking that the other day. I'm like, am I talking about it too much? But this is all part of a process for me, and so you'll have to let me know if you don't. So I think if I can use what would used to be my commuting time, it's not going to have a huge impact on my family. So if I can use that sort of 5:20 to 6 o'clock slot, and then in the morning I get up about 6 and I start work at 9, so I've got lots of time in the morning to sort of plan and put things in place. Then I can cogitate it, compost it in the back of my head as I'm working, and then I can come to it. So I think that's going to be the thing going forward, hopefully. Anyway, I digress. Junk Journal July. Trying to find the right page. Yesterday we did an extra of Christmas in July, which I think, now it's dried properly, I really like that, and that's no means a finished page, I don't feel, but it's a good placeholder and an idea for perhaps a journal that I might make in December. Don't know, we'll see. That was also yesterday's page, and then this is today's. Today's is shade. So when I got up this morning and I was thinking, oh, what am I going to do? And then I just was like, oh, I don't know. And I'm even now thinking I need to find my tin. My room is a mess with all my labels in. I've got some Tracy labels too. I was thinking about shade, and then I was thinking, shall I shade something? You know, like when you colour something in. I'm not a big shader. And then I thought, well, I did do some shade or shadowing underneath an image. Let me find it. So this Alice in Wonderland one. So like underneath, I just put some little shadow, and I was like, that's like taking it very literally. And I thought, no, I don't like that either. I don't want to just repeat something just so, you know, or repeat a similar scenario just for that. So we're going to go with shades of pink and red. So I've got this little label that's, well, a little end of a book that says pink or red or pink. And I've did some fussy cutting this morning from this book that I bought. Now, I don't buy many of my books actually, but when I went antiquing with my mum the last time, which was Easter, I saw this book, and it's called Wildflowers, and it's an octopus book. I don't know if you can see it. That's probably better. And I looked at it, and it was £4, which is expensive for me to buy a book. And let me see, it's from 1975, this edition. But when I tell you, like, these are the illustrations, they're just so lush. And it's writing on the back, so you're not losing anything. And they're colour coded. So these are the whites. And then look at all the yellows. Like all of the yellows. Oh, they're just so beautiful. And these are the reds and the pinks. And then there's even blues. So these are all flowers from the British Isles. I've ripped some of the blues off. Blue's my favourite colour. I was going to do shades of blue, and then I thought, no, I should do shades of red. Look at those. And then there's the purples, which is like another favourite colour really. And then there's just like the greenery, like nettles, and they just look so beautiful. And very, very usable. Now some of these are like too tiny to fussy cut, but you could make, like, you could stamp a label over that. It could be used in the background, it could be used in like a collage in the background. There's so many uses, and because the paper is already very yellowed, I think it must have been like this colour in the middle, but all around the outside it's all sort of naturally aged. Like, I wouldn't mind that in a picture frame. That might be an idea for my craft room. Look at that, it's just so beautiful. So I took some pages out of this book. I think that's going to be a firm favourite. It's not one of my free finds, but it was worth the money. And let's go back to it. I have a video for every single one of these pages. So if this is your first time, hello, I've got more videos if you like it. If you like my waffle. So I thought what we could do, it's going to be another really simple one. I thought, oh, I've had like really elaborate ones. I might overlap that onto that page. How do I feel about that? I don't know, I'll think about it. And then overlap that on that page. No, I don't like that idea. Oh, I like that idea. So because this page is blank and it's creamy, I'm hoping that these sort of, I've sort of kiss cut it rather than fussy cut it, because they'll sort of just blend into the background. And I thought I would I'm using sort of a lot. I do apologise. I've had an afternoon of talking. Oh, well, we'll do that. So, kind of just use the background to our advantage, really. And choose where we want the different elements. And they're all just a variety of shades of pink or red. Let's say that's got a lot of red in it. That's got a little bit of red in it. And I just think that that's not, if I did anything, like I was thinking, should I do a spray, like an ombre effect? Because that was my next thing, and I thought it just would look really incongruent to the one next to it. So I don't mind. If I do paint, I want to do paint over the two pages, over the two spreads. I think I might have had a page where I've not done that, but generally that's what I want to do. I kind of have a little bit of cohesion. So that is what we're going to do. And then before we do that, let's see if I've got any of those Tracy labels, or I'll get the other label thing out. That's too big. Anything a bit smaller? No, I don't want to put. Should I put a butterfly or a flying fairy? If it was purple, I would have put her on, because she's all purpley. One of my paper fairies. No. I have tomorrow, and then I'm off for 2 weeks. This craft room is going to get... I've got ideas. I've already sort of semi-reorganised it, but I want to buy a printer with my tax money. I want that printer to become like immediately here. I've got shelves, but I've got these two crates on the top, so I need to consolidate these two into one. I've got ideas. I have ideas, and then I'll do a tour. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I need to talk to my friend about this, but we're going to meet and do a crafternoon, have afternoon tea, and I thought I might try and take some pictures or do something then. Where's that writing? What's that? That's an idea. Let's have a see. So I'm just rifling through. This is my, and again I've explained this before. Oh, I think that might be the winner. Put that to one side. In between tasks, or when I'm in a bit of a rut, I make my own ephemera. Ooh, I've got a pink one. And I do that by, I just stamp images onto my book pages and labels, and I've got bees, I've got all kinds of stuff in this tin. Again, this is something that I think needs sorting into categories. because what I have been doing is just throwing things in the tin. That's a bit big. Let's see. Slightly different now. So I'm just sort of looking for potential labels that I can use. Oop, is that too big? That might be the right one. Or it could be a combination thereof. And we're going to do sort of a label thing in the middle. So it's almost like we've made our own illustrative page. Got one of those out. So the stamps in here are a mixture. I've got like the Tim Holtzy type, like the labels are Tim Holtzy. I've got some IOD. This is like IOD that you use on furniture. Some Prima by Design or Prima Design. They're also for furniture. Got some Anna Griffiths. I think there even might be some Martha Stewart because they're my oldest stamps, my Martha Stewart ones. And ones that you get off the side of a magazine. And stamps that you buy from random places. Oh, there's some printables in there here too, snuck their way in. Okay. So let's have a look at these bits and pieces. So I have this, and I want to use the words red or pink. I want to keep that number there, just because there's not a lot else on the page. So I think I want to decide on how are we going to do this. So should we start with a red, then we can have a green, and then we could have a pink if I've got a pink that'll, and then have a pink like that. I don't know if I like that pink. Oh, I'm going to have to get that tin out again. Tin out again. I don't know if I want that. Looks a lot nicer. I'll get the tin out again. See if I can find what I'm looking for. So have you had a nice day? My day's been alright. I've had a lot of training recently, and I find training, especially when it's sort of refresher training, oh, it's so tedious. So I had training on risk assessments today, which is always very important, but I've had training on risk assessments to one degree or another for like the best part of 30 years. So I'm a bit risk assessed out. Because I want the pinks and the reds. So yeah, so it was alright. I could put an orange in. That's a bit of a wild card. It was alright. It was just a bit tedious. Okay. So I'm definitely going with that. I've made that decision. Oh, Mr. Moth. We don't need you. So yeah, I just make labels out of my book pages. I'm still getting used to cutting stuff. I actually don't know how many videos I've made. I should check. But I mean, what day are we on? 26. And I made a couple before then, and I have made some extra ones. So I'm probably pushing 30 actually. I've had a learning curve. I've still got loads to learn, obviously. These are raw videos. I don't really edit them. And I don't know if... So I might get my husband to help me if I do like a vlog one about me going having a cup of tea with my friend and doing a bit of crafting. But like the editing thing, I just don't know if I have time. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I like that though. I do know that I like that. It would have been easier for me to go and find the stamp and just stamp it, wouldn't it? But we'll not say anything about that. It would have been easier for me to do that. And you're probably screaming at the page, why don't you just stamp it? And the answer to that is because my stamps are all the way over there. And I've sat myself down now. And I knew my box was just underneath me. And I did want the other one, so we'll just go with it. That was way too much glue for that. Okay, so we'll use that as a placeholder because that's got to be the top of the pile. That might be nice. So we start with that, which is a bit ready. I don't want it to look Christmassy, and I don't think it will if it's got other colours as well. Right, so I need like a red. I need 2 different ones of that. I've got a red. Have I got a red bus ticket? Definitely need to sort out of this tub. I don't know whether it makes some little ephemera books because I've got loads of old books that I need to like put pages and things in, and they all can't, you know, they all can't be journals. So it might be a good, that might be a good use of them. No, not that. Okay, make it work, Lindsay. Make it work. I go quiet as well when I'm concentrating. It's not a bad thing. I had a lovely message this morning actually. Was it Shonda? Is that how I say your name? Hello. Thank you for that lovely message about a comment about watching my videos and playing along with me. That's exactly what I kind of want. That's what I envisaged really. I started a little group in my town called Crafting Company, trying to encourage people to get together and craft, and we do it, and it's become a little bit sporadic over the summer, and it's really lovely to get together with these ladies, but we don't talk junk journaling, and I want to talk junk journaling, so yeah, that's kind of why I'm doing this. So it was really nice to hear from you. Right. What do I think? Stick another green one somewhere. Because green in the leaves, so it's not going to look Christmassy. I hope it doesn't look too Christmassy. If we do that. Does that look daft? That doesn't look daft. Does that look daft? I don't think it does. And then that's gonna go, what if we, a little more pink if we did that. Okay. So I've got a full day tomorrow, but it's from home again. I work hybrid, so I only really work at the office one day a week. Possibly two if I've got to go to another location. Which has not happened for a long time, so it kind of has fallen into one day a week, which is okay. I quite like one day a week at work, like sort of, well, at work. I'm at work every day, but you know what I mean, in a location. I used to sort of work a little bit like this when my daughter was small, like before everybody did this sort of hybrid stuff. I used to just do that anyway. So it's not very different for me. I wonder if I'm going to do this and I'm not going to like it. It's tough, we're doing it now. I'm sure it'll be alright. So yeah. On a little bit of a wonk. To let it go off a little bit. So this is me doing my middle bit. I can't wait to finish though. I really enjoy my job, but I'm ready for a break, and I want to do, because we're not going away, I've sort of set my heart on how I'm going to sort out the craft room and go do other bits and pieces, do some more YouTube sort of, like there's things on the channel like the community tab, which I think I've mentioned this before. I think I'm going to treat it like some sort of blog and put like little tiny bits and pieces on about videos and different series and stuff. Now I told you I'm not going to like this. I don't like it. So let's quickly peel this one off and do that, and just keep it really simple. I'll put a bit of gold around it. Is that better? Yes, Lindsay, that's better. So all of that was for nothing. It wasn't for nothing. What we're doing is we're exploring what we've got and we're creating something. Let's glue this one down first. Such nice things, nice pictures. Really nice pictures. So yeah, I want to get a printer. I don't want everything to be printed because I love finding all this ephemera in the wild and making use of particularly like books that are going to be thrown away and stuff. I definitely want to do that. But I like the printable thing. So I'm going to get myself a printer with my tax back. going to have some days out, make use of that National Trust membership that we very rarely use. We did go, a couple of weeks ago, we went to a magic show in one of the National Trust properties. But we didn't need our membership for that. We paid a pretty penny for the tickets, but it was worth it actually. It was one of those experiences. I was thinking about going into London for a day, but then or even overnight, because I think we've got a situation with our cat. He's perfectly fine. So the cat today, he had an operation in May, like an emergency one. He would have died without it, and it was a very rare thing, but there's nothing, they don't think there's anything else wrong with him. Anyway, the cat this morning, normally when I get up, he's sort of yowling for food, and he wasn't, and I thought, well, perhaps he's outside, because he goes off on adventures. In the summer, we kind of say that he's feral, because he just sort of he comes in for food, he doesn't want anything from you, he doesn't want any attention or anything, just wants his food and he wants leaving alone. Yeah, so I thought, oh well, when he comes in he can hassle Miles when he gets up, because I'll be getting ready for work by then. And then about 10 o'clock we were both like, have you fed the cat? I'm like, no, have you fed the cat? The cat was upstairs in Lily's room, our 16-year-old. And had been there all night apparently. And they were both cuddling. And because it's her sort of last summer, well, it's not her last summer of freedom, but we've kind of allowed her not to look for a part-time job and stuff, because it'll be good for her to have a part-time job. In between sort of GCSEs and A-levels. Don't tell me I have to find another flower and cut it out of that book. I think I might have to. Well, we might leave some negative space. Nothing wrong with a bit of negative space, you know. Let me just check it. I'm alright with that. Am I? Am I better with that? I think I'm better with that. So yeah, so he was upstairs all the time. And so we were panicking, because he's normally very focused on food, and he's never been fed, not ever. And nobody opens his cupboard door. So I went up and I thought, well, I'm going to give him a little bit of because the problem he had was with his stomach, and he had bits of his intestines removed. So I thought, well, I'm going to go and give him a bit of a prod, because if he's uncomfortable, we'll feel it, and then we'll be able to get him to the vet sooner rather than later. And he was all laid out, kind of laid on his back, both of his legs and stuff was up, yeah, you can give me cuddles, prod me. So he was very relaxed, and that's when Lily said, I haven't slept all night because he's not let me sleep. He was sort of lied. He's quite a big cat. It's a really big cat. He's not like a Maine Coon or anything, but he's just a big sort of British short-haired tabby cat. He's about 5 kilos. So yeah, he was she said he's been on me all night, wouldn't let me sleep. And I just thought, well, welcome to motherhood, love. So they're both tired. I think he has eaten some food and gone back out. Oh, what's that running from? Is that my fingers, or is that from the dye underneath? Oh, I think I'll deal with that later. Put a bit of baby white to it, which I'll need to get some new ones. Okay, now, do we think that's finished? Where's my paints? I don't think it is finished. I think what I need to go and get a different, unless I've got a brush in here. I'm going to use my metallics. before Junk Journal July started, I treated myself to some new paints. I got, so I might use the greens, I might not use the pinks. I got this little tin. If I can open it, what have I done? There we go. So I've got these like goldy greens, which are lush. Really happy with those. And then I've got these metallics. So I'm thinking of some sort of goldy, but I actually really like that colour. I know that doesn't really, that does really work. It's like a bronzy colour. I do have somewhere. This is why I need to do a sort out and like consolidate everything so I know where all my paints are. I think I'd spoil it if I did a red frame. I think I need to do a goldy greeny frame around it. Which of course I need to go and find my brushes. I've only got glue brushes near me. That'll do. Oh. What are we going for? I think we're not going for that tin. I will get to it. We'll use this one because it's nice. So I've said before, and if like you're new, you won't know, I kind of like, I wonder, am I repeating myself too much? But then I kind of realise that there's not that many people who are returning, which is probably not a very good thing. I think it's just the beginning of a channel. But yeah, I live in like an old English well, it's not Victorian, it's Edwardian, who was the one who came after her. Terraced house, and that means the bathroom's downstairs. It's like really old school, but it does mean we have 3 bedrooms, and I am in what is on either side of me their bathroom. We have a bit of an extension in the kitchen, so we do have more space than the other houses, just not configured in a way that's usual. But it does mean I have to think about things like water and stuff, because we don't have water upstairs. It's old house. It's not worked out, but then we're in the southeast of England, and when there was a buying frenzy at the end of the pandemic, well, it wasn't the end of the pandemic, it was like, when did we buy this? We put the offer in about April 21. And it was accepted, and we'd literally just exchanged contracts, and somebody from next door, we used to live in Cambridge, like in the city centre, and somebody from next door said that they put a bid on the house that was next door but one to this house, or it might have been a little bit further down, a different type of terraces. I don't know how old those ones are. I think they're interwar, and something like 29 people put a bid on that house. That's how crazy it is. But we managed to get this house because it didn't have a bathroom upstairs for £10,000 off the asking price. So we're very happy with that. And we'll put up with that. And just realise the money without putting too much effort in. Because it's a nightmare having that level of work being done. So we are disguising the ugly bits, putting some of the original bits back slowly. Oh, that's the plan. And then we will, when Madam's done university, move and let somebody else move the bathroom upstairs. Because really, to move the bathroom upstairs, it would only then have 2 bedrooms. Need to go in the loft and do a loft conversion and put like another bedroom and another bathroom in. If you were going to move the bathroom upstairs, that's like what you would need to do then to make it all like work properly. So, and because it's got a reasonable sized garden for a terraced house, and we have like a big garage at the bottom, and a car parking, like a private car parking space, which is unusual to have, like, and you can put 2 cars on it. So we got a real bargain. Now, do I put anything else on? I'm a bit annoyed about that. Colour off the page. I could. That would be shading, wouldn't it? This is where I go majorly off-piste. Just put a bit of gold here and there. There's some noise from outside. I don't know what's going on. So yeah, I've got miles too. So we're having a tray bake of potatoes, which I've chopped up small, and some butternut squash, and I just put those in the oven with some foil over the top so that, like, the butternut squash will soften and stuff. I didn't put any oil in it, but it'll be alright. Just some little touches of gold, not any rhyme or reason. Yeah, let's do that. So that he set an alarm so that he's going to put the chicken, and then I've, like, chopped up some courgettes and onions and other bits and pieces, peppers and stuff. He'll put that on the top. So I have to think about stuff like that, because I mean, so Miles can cook like a steak. He's South African. He's very South African. He can cook meat. That's about it. He's open to cooking meat. He'll do. But that's his repertoire. His meat. And he'll do, so like tomorrow night, he will cook. We have steak on a Friday. He will cook that quite happily, and I'll be able to come up and play for a little bit longer. I don't even know what tomorrow is. I've not thought about it yet. So we're going to work it so that, like, everybody gets everything they need to get, and we all do the stuff we need to do. For me to do, like, a video every day or even every other day, I've got to sort of work out the logistics of it, really. Which this month has been about that and has really helped. I've got an idea now of what I can produce. I just need to sort of, like, refine it and make it my own, because, like, this is lovely. I'd love Junk Journal July, but it's and I'm able to use my own ideas, but I've got lots of ideas that I want to talk about. Do we want to go around the label? No, I think it is right to do it in green. I was thinking, is that the right thing, or should I paint over it all? No, that is the right thing. I think we might be done. Don't want to overdo it. You know, like, it's knowing when to say, we've done now, that's enough. Go quiet. So yeah, so we'll do some antiquing. I'll do some hauls. I've got, like, a big bag of free find or charity shop or charity bookshelf. There's, like, in one of our local supermarkets, I get a charity bookshelf. So I just sort of kept them to one side because I thought, I could talk about what I've found in a month. And then I think I might put myself on a challenge of not doing anything, like not looking, which will be really hard because I'll probably find loads. Well, I guess if I find stuff, that won't matter. Right, tell me to stop. Oh, I need to do that one, and then I will stop. this one, I think. Oh, this paint is lush. It's really pigmented, which is what I wanted. Oh, now you see, I want to do outside every leaf. I don't think that's a good idea though, Linz. What do we think? I think we're done. I do think we're done. Get a bit of definition there. See, this is it. I just end up playing. It reminds me when, I said my husband's South African. So I remember going, the first time we went out there, Miles's grandma was visiting, and we all went from the house in Johannesburg to there's another house they have near a dam, and his grandma sat and she covered, it was slow stitching bliss. I was like, oh, that's nice. She covered, she had flowery fabric, upholstery fabric. It wasn't anything special, and she got seed beads and she just covered the flowers. So she would put loads of pink, but then she would outline it in a different colour. It was beautiful. It's very sort of, I guess, a traditional handicraft really in that sense. I don't know. It's just very creative. So I don't know, the putting the gold on the flowers reminded me of that. Very nice memory. It was before Lily was born. I don't know if I first married that. Just extend that out like that. That's the only bit I don't like. So what do we think? I was going to put my brush in there, but that's my water. Don't do that, Lindsay. Here we go. I don't know if it's under or not. I'm sure it is. So that shade, different shades of red and pink, and mostly pink, in my flowers from my book that I found antiquing with my mum at Bygone Times near Wigan. And outlined in gold, shaded a bit with gold. There we go. Got 2 lots of shading. I was just thinking I could do some the green shade, but I'm going to stop because then you do it too much and it passes over to the other side of looking not nice. But I think it goes nice with that page. It doesn't look out of place. Whereas I was sort of thinking of doing sort of this type of ombre effect with different colours. Because even that I've got napkin, but I oversprayed so that would go on that, so it blends. If you know what I mean. See, those pages go together. Try to make them go together a little bit. Yeah. I will do a full tour because I used to start by flicking through, and then I just realised by the time you get to sort of day 26, we would spend all the time flicking through the book. It would get a bit repetitive. So I'm going to do a flip through. I might do the flip through when I've done the last day, or I might do it after. I might do an extra bit because I've got that, and then Celebrate I'm going to do as a double spread, and then I've got that as the last page. So I might do that a really quick page, and then we go through the entire book. I think that might be how we do it, and then we round it off and then it's done. That's not today, that's today. So there we go. Junk Journal July, day 26, shade. Not what I expected when I first thought about it this morning. There we go. That's what it is. So, if you found value here, please do all the YouTubey things to help my little channel grow. So that's like, comment, share, subscribe, or the little bell when you subscribe. All those things it will just help it grow, and then we can have more people and we can all craft in company. I wouldn't mind doing some lives, because I even noticed, like, I thought, when, because some of you are in Australia, some of you are in America. I don't know how we're going to time that without me staying up all night or getting up very early. I guess I could get up very early in the summer. I'll wake up with the sunshine, basically. We'll see. We'll work something out. It'll be okay. So there we go. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm going to go make sure the chicken's gone in the oven. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.